So this is what we're finishing today. This is the Birkenstock that I made yesterday off camera because I wasn't sure if I wanted to videotape it until I went through the whole steps. So there's the ribbing, there's the little buckles. So that's what we're finishing today. Okay, so what are the supplies you'll need? Well, what I use foam two-way tape. I've got this cork ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. Also use Crafters Squares cork adhesive. Cardboard, nice piece. This is what I use for the sole and to put the cork piece on. Then I cut out 4 different pieces of cardboard them. So I'm going to take and we're going to glue these together. Then you're going to buy the sticky back foam. If you can't get the sticky back foam, it's not a big deal. You could use the regular foam, thin inch, and it's just a little inch one. I like the sticky back because it helps me place it better when I'm gluing. Okay, and then this is where I find that these are my little Birkenstock that I bought for $2 at Goodwill. So I'll use this buckle and the straps from that. And okay, so the first step is you want to cut out your cardboard. Now, when you're cutting this stuff out, it really just have to go really slow and easy because it likes to crack. I just find it easier with scissors than a knife. Take this off and I peel it. And I'm going to place this on the cardboard. Now, the other thing I do, because I want it to have a little bit of a bow in it, I just take a Sharpie and I grab it at the sides and I just give it a roll. Just to kind of get, so that's basically all I'm doing is rolling it. And you can see it kind of shapes it. Gives it a little bit of indentation. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to glue all these. And I've got 4 of them. My Crafters glue. Another Dollar Tree special. It's good. It's handy. It's clear. Dries clear. Sorry, I apologize if you hear the snow plow going by. I didn't realize we got so much snow. Okay. I try to line them up the best I can. Adding a little pressure. Cleaning off the glue. Then I take my little clippies. Dollar Store again. I'm not trying to promote the Dollar Tree in any way. I guess you could say maybe I got shares in the thing. But I'm just going to hold them, clamp them, let them dry. While they're drying, set them off to the side. I'm going to place the doll's foot inside this elastic. And I'm just going to wrap it around like so. Just to hold it in place. Doesn't have to be tight or, somewhat. So with this little guy right here, I'm going to take my scissors. Now, here. And basically, I want to give it as long as I can, kind of make it straight. So I just cut it off to where I got to cut it off here. There's one. And I make sure that I kind of give it a straight line when I'm cutting it. Anyways, so basically I'm just trimming it. And anyways, so all I'm doing is giving it a little bit there. Okay. Maybe it could come out a little neater. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to measured on her foot. But that's one. And then I take this little guy. And I'm going to cut him off. Okay, it's done. So now I'm going to make sure that I have trimmed it there. Okay. So now I've got my little buckle pieces. Now I'm going to lay them out because the toe is short, but the other place is long. I'm going to give this one up at the top and do this one on the ankle part. See here? Here, it's moving. So I just give it a little bit of a glue. Hold it in place just because I should put on my little glue tabs, but they're so hard to work with, you know, those little glue jelly things. I don't want to burn myself again. That hurt. Okay. Now, anyways, it's going to sit here. And what I do is I try to it, because you want to make sure you got enough room for the other buckle, right? Because that's important, right? So she needs to come up more. Okay. So we're just going to do just a little bit of a peekaboo on her toes. We're going to glue this little girl. Take her off. And we're going to give it a glue. Here. See? Now it's on there. So now, take my little girl. We're going to line it up. Hold. I put my finger there. And I'm going to get my glue on there. Now, I'm going to give myself a little bit of a gap, only because I don't want it to be too tight. Oh, ow, ow, ow. And there you have it. Okay. All right, that's one little girl done. And now we're going to do the other one. So, this one. So, now here's my girl. And we're going to hold her chin. And I line it up again with this buckle. Yeah, I just bring her foot out a little bit. Okay. Again, I hold this buckle. And maybe I gotta bring it just a little bit. It's gonna be a tight fit. But we're going to do it. Okay. And there you go. Here's your little Birkenstock. Okay. And I'm going to take my little things here. I'm hoping that they're dry. So now I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to go over this stuff. Stinks too, people. Again, Dollar Tree glue sticks. Probably would be better if I wore a mask, but I've been wearing masks all day. I don't want to wear them at home. So I just give it a press. And I give my doll shoe. I put her in there. And I just push it down. Now I just go along and I just give it a little bit of reinforcement, I guess you could say, with the glue. So we're going to clamp there, clamp here. Also got this little guy that I'm going to clamp here in the middle. Try not to grab your straps if you can. Okay. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah. Wipe your glue off because you don't want to get burned. And then I just go in again. See the little gaps? That's what I'm doing. Just going in there and filling in the gaps. If I can get in there with this one. Yeah, be careful because, you know, sometimes the cork lifts up. It's very unforgiving, we'll say. Okay, just give it a couple minutes here. Didn't roll that enough. Oh well, that's okay. Anyways, so there you go. I'm gonna fart with it. Okay, so there's my little Birkenstocks so far. Okay, now I'm just going to go around and look at the trim of the job. So we're going to go back to this guy. Now, I start at the back. I'm going to try to eyeball it so that it's even. And I line it up with the closest I can get to the cork, like that. And of course, this little guy right here. So I'm lining it up. And I'm just going around to the base of the cork. Be perfect because the doll's wearing it, and you know, but I like it perfect, unfortunately. So now you just gotta get by these bulky things. See, that's why I said bulk. Could have went around again, but that's okay. I just push it down. And then I come back around. I'm gonna trim that. Okay. And I just push in those corners. So you see, that's basically it. Okay, now don't worry about the bottom, because the bottom, this little guy's going to fit it right nice and snug in a rug. Now, just go over it again with my hands and just kind of get the glue adheses to it. Okay, now I'm going to take this paper. I'm going to peel this off. Okay, now this cork stuff, just go over the back so you don't see it. And all I'm doing is going around the sticky stuff. Giving it just a lightly pull, only because the tighter the band, the easier it is to go around. Now, I gotta come up. I don't know if it's because there, it's better. Because I don't want to cut in there, but I don't have to. Okay, we're just gonna. All right. So there you go. There's the cork. It goes around. Now, give that a push. You can flow of glue. And I'm just going to do a little bit at a time because the stuff is not forgiving, people. And in case anybody's wondering where I'm from, I live in Tecumseh, Ontario, Canada. So we haven't gotten much snow like other people, and that I am grateful for. But in the meantime, I feel sorry for the ones that did get dumped on, because I heard it was not pretty. Up near Toronto, anyways, it wasn't very good. Kids were out of school, stuff was shut down, so I don't want that. I have to actually go out and get some groceries before that convoy comes to Canada and causes havoc. So basically, I'm just doing this, guys, adding it to the bottom so that it will sit pretty, I guess you could say. I do the roundness of the toe for last because it's the hardest to manipulate and to mold. So I try to burn my fingers. Okay. All right. Not the prettiest, but hey, it's going to be covered. See? My shoe is taking form. And now I'm going to put this little guy on. Okay. Now I'm going to add the glue. Try to give it the best layer of it. Okay. You could have left it on, it wouldn't have mattered, but it'll still stick, but I just find it easier to line it up. Okay, I'm seeing a spot right here. Doesn't want to go down. There. Okay. And just give it a squeeze, reshape the form. Nice and clean. Take this little ducky off because I'm done with that glue gun. Okay, so now I'm going to make sure that my glue gun doesn't have any residue on it. And I'm going to go through those little crevices. But my hand's not on the trigger, so I'm just lightly going over just to give it a line. See how it burns it? Gives it a mark. And there you have it. She's done. I'm going to go over the top part. Because it's black up here, I chose to go black marker. You can go brown, you can go whatever color you want. So basically, I'm just doing this with the marker. I'm just lightly going over that little white part. Okay, now I go on the bottom, and I go lightly around it. Color that in. Kind of why you gotta tuck it in. For me, it just seems like it looks nicer. I don't know. Okay, now I'm gonna go back over the top. All right, people. And that's all she wrote. Here. So there they are. These ones. And then these were the other ones I did yesterday. I gave them a little bit of a buckle, and then I put little rhinestones along them. But I didn't give the dimension on the bottom. So I have a question. I'm going to ask you guys, do you think it looks better with the little things on the bottom? Or also how the video was. Was it helpful, not helpful? Can you see everything? I hope so, because now I'm about to go look and see, and I hope everything is okay. But Lolly, and thanks for sitting in and watching me build my Birkenstocks. Have a good day, people.